Good morning, Radnor Middle School students, staff members, as well as members of the Radnor Township School District community. I am privileged to speak with you today as we honor our military heroes, our veterans, and to remember their achievements, their courage, and their dedication to our nation, and to say thank you for their sacrifices. Thinking of the heroes who join us today and those who are here only in spirit, a person cannot help but feel overwhelmed by the enormity of which we encounter. The service members we honor today came from all walks of life, but they share several fundamental qualities: courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity, all the qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. Each year it becomes more pivotal to deliver the message about the importance of this upcoming holiday known as Memorial Day. This morning, our guest speaker will share both information about the holiday and personal feelings as to why it is important to him. I would ask that those viewing our ceremony remember that this is not an assembly. It is a ceremony. It is a ceremony of honor. Silence and reflection is the best way to properly pay tribute to the men and women who sacrificed their lives for all of us, defending freedom around the world and keeping those who wish to do us harm at bay. On behalf of the Radnor Middle School community, I am proud to say that today we gather together in the midst of patriots and the family and friends of those who have proudly and nobly served our country. Each morning as a student body, we stand proud and we stand tall as we listen to the playing of our national anthem and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, I would ask that you all please rise for the singing of our national anthem by the Radnor Middle School Chorus.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, of the brave?
Good morning. My name is Gina Visor, and I'm the Radnor Middle School PTO Veterans and Memorial Day Chair. It is my honor to introduce today's Memorial Day guest speaker, Colonel Kenneth Detrow. Colonel Detrow is a proud native of Philadelphia. He graduated from Cardinal Doherty High School and attended Temple University while crosstown enrolled in the Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps program at the University of Pennsylvania. He graduated in May 1988 and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps. A career infantry officer, Colonel Detrow has over 30 years of operational and leadership experience, ranging from platoon to regimental levels. His military career spanned 10 deployments to 52 countries on 6 continents. He retired from active duty in July 2018 and subsequently served as the Commandant/Dean of Students at the Valley Forge Military Academy and College in Wayne during the 2018-19 academic year. The following year, he spent a year at the University of Pennsylvania as the director of the Veterans Upward Bound program. He is currently an adjunct faculty member at Villanova University for the Department of Public Administration and the College of Professional Studies, while also volunteering on various nonprofit boards and committees. In 2018, Colonel Detrow completed his Master's of Public Administration from Villanova University. Colonel Detrow's most notable personal awards include the Legion of Merit, with 2 gold stars in lieu of 3rd award and the Bronze Star with Valor Device. Together as a team for over 30 years, he and his wife Kathleen, a registered nurse with the VA, have 4 children: Bridget, Logan, Katie, and Aiden, who is a RHS 10th grader. Please join me in welcoming Colonel Detrow.
It's wonderful to be here today as we head into Memorial Day weekend. I'm Ken Detrow. I'm a retired Marine Corps colonel, a combat veteran, having served more than 30 years on active duty. I served in Operation Just Cause in Panama, Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and several Western Pacific deployments. I was also the mission commander of a crisis response force that led the successful evacuation of the U.S. Embassy in Tripoli, Libya in the summer of 2014. So my 30-year military career was quite an adventure. But more importantly, I'm also a husband and father, married to my wife Kathleen for over 31 years. Kathleen is a registered nurse for the VA, serving veterans at the community-based outpatient clinic in Delaware County. As a team, we have committed our adult lives to public service and military service for our careers. I'm currently an adjunct faculty member at Villanova University, teaching in the Department of Public Administration and the College of Professional Studies. We have 4 great kids who all grew up in the Marine Corps. Bridget, 25, a registered nurse living in D.C., our 24-year-old son Logan, an operations supervisor at UPS living in Philadelphia, our youngest daughter Katie, who happens to be a Radnor High School graduate and an aspiring teacher. She's getting ready to graduate from the University of Scranton next month, and our youngest son Aiden, a sophomore at Radnor High School, going to school and playing multiple sports. You know, when I was asked to speak and say a few words in observance of Memorial Day, I figured I'd talk about what Memorial Day means to me, tell a few stories. But for many Americans, Memorial Day and Memorial Day weekend represents the unofficial start of summer. Baseball games, going down the shore, picnics, a long 3-day weekend. It's a great time of year, but unfortunately, the true meaning of Memorial Day kind of gets lost in the shuffle, the hustle and bustle of life, and how easily distracted we sometimes can get as a nation. That's why it's great to have a program like this to refocus on why we celebrate Memorial Day, and that is to honor the service and sacrifice of those men and women who have paid the ultimate price, giving their life, serving their country. Today, Memorial Day means so much more to me than when I was your age. When I was in grade school and middle school, I was guilty of not really recognizing or being conscious of the true meaning and sacredness of the day. That is, for the country and her citizens to briefly pause and remember and honor our fallen warriors. But as I reflect back many years ago, that service and sacrifice was all around me. As a Cub Scout in 1973, my then mother, Mrs. Wilhelmy, lost her son Henry, killed in action in Vietnam in 1967. As a Major League Baseball player, playing in the mid-70s, our 2 fields were dedicated and named for 2 service members, also killed in Vietnam, Kenneth Alshire and Robert Sanders, both young men, maybe 10, 12 years older than me, all from the neighborhood. In high school, at Cardinal Doherty, I walked past a memorial every single day honoring the life and service of Medal of Honor winner Michael Crescenz, the namesake of the VA Medical Center in Philadelphia today, who was a fellow alumni of Cardinal Doherty, who heroically gave his life leading his squad in Vietnam. I didn't pay much attention. I didn't recognize the magnitude or the impact as much back then as a kid as I have in later years and through the years and in this reflection today. It may be very similar for you as you may walk or drive past the memorial right across the street from school on South Wayne Avenue, honoring fallen veterans from our community, or the banners of service members on the street poles, some of whom were killed in action, or the Bateman Gallagher American Legion post on Lancaster Avenue named in honor of 2 World War I veterans killed in action, 2 local boys who gave their lives defending our freedom over 100 years ago. As you head off to Radnor High School next year or in the next couple years and walk the hallway, you will see the 57 names on the Wall of Honor recognizing and honoring Radnor High School students who died fighting our nation's wars, including William Bateman and Edward Gallagher. So pledge to yourself to be more aware of the service and sacrifice of those who have gone before us, more aware than I was at your age, to recognize and honor the fallen. While I look back on my life and my journey, a seminal moment for me was in October 1983 when the Marine barracks in Beirut, Lebanon was attacked by a terrorist bomber, killing over 241 service members, 220 Marines, 18 U.S. Navy sailors, and 3 Army soldiers. The Marines were deployed on a peacekeeping mission during a Lebanese civil war. I was in the first semester of my freshman year of college, and I remember watching the news in horror. This was 1983, at a time when we did not have personal computers or iPhones. We relied primarily on major network news and print media to report and deliver the story. In the subsequent days after the bombing, I vividly remember getting copies of Newsweek and Time magazines and seeing the pictures and faces of Marines unearthing the rubble to save their fellow Marines. I read about their peacekeeping mission in Beirut and was in awe of their willingness to serve and sacrifice not only for their own country, but for peace in the world. One of the Marines killed in action on that day was Private First Class Rui Relvis. His nickname was Mousy, and I know that because he was a year older than me in the same grade school. I wasn't close friends with Mousy, but I remembered him well, and his story and sacrifice made a lasting impact on me. This was the moment that lit the spark and inspired me to serve our country. In some sense, I was called to service to honor the service and sacrifice of those who have gone before me. I think it is this kind of vocational calling that motivates so many service members, no matter what branch, to serve their country. Ironically, 29 years later, after the Beirut barracks bombing, I would have the honor and privilege to be the commanding officer of 8th Marine Regiment, the regimental headquarters of the 1st Battalion attacked in Beirut on that day. As a regiment, we would commemorate that fateful day annually on 23 October to honor the 241 Marines, sailors, and soldiers who died. During my 30-year career, I was witness to the service and sacrifice of individual Marines and sailors every single day, but nothing was more personal than when I was the battalion commander leading 2nd Battalion, 8th Marines in combat operations in 2006-2007 in Iraq in the area of Fallujah. During a 7-month deployment, our 1,200-man infantry battalion suffered 129 casualties, 9 killed in action, 120 wounded in action. There is not a day that goes by that I do not think of their service and their sacrifice. To briefly remember, to briefly honor, to briefly say a short prayer for these fallen warriors and their families. The fallen in our battalion will forever be in our hearts. To me, they represent everything that is good in this country. They came from every walk of life, every socioeconomic background, and came from both big and small towns, much like Wayne in Radnor Township. Their names: Lance Corporal J.D. Hurlston from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Corporal Bradford Payne from Montgomery, Alabama, Lance Corporal John Hale from Shreveport, Louisiana, Lance Corporal Stephen Johnson from Dacula, Georgia, Corporal Nick Rapavi from Springfield, Northern Virginia, Lance Corporal Howard March from Buffalo, New York, Lance Corporal Nicholas Palmer from Leadville, Colorado, Sergeant Michael Kashkush from Chagrin, Ohio, and our 9th killed in action was an Iraqi citizen who served as an interpreter in our battalion named Jack, who left a wife and 2 small children in Baghdad. I used today to take that brief moment to say their names and honor their service and sacrifice, and always to remember and to never forget. So to close, as we all head into the holiday weekend, let's remember the true meaning of Memorial Day. While spending time with our family, enjoying the weather, time off, the unofficial start of summer, go to a ball game. Enjoy all the freedoms our nation has to offer, but remember to always take a brief moment, as we're doing here today, to honor the sacrifice and the service of those who gave all, those who have gone before us. Greater love hath no one than this, that one laid down his life for his friends. Thank you again for having me. God bless, and Semper Fidelis, always remain faithful. God bless.
Firing squad, present arms. The other girl. Playing of taps.
As we prepare to close this virtual Memorial Day ceremony, I would again like to remind everyone what this upcoming weekend is all about. Memorial Day is a day of reverent observance, one day out of 365 to recognize and honor the ultimate sacrifice others have given in military service. Our virtual gathering this morning is just one small spark in the flame of pride that burns across the country today and every day. It is one way that we, as a RMS nation, can honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can live in freedom. After hearing from our speaker today, I am confident that you are inspired to honor the sacrifices that make us free. More than ever, we must remain committed to honoring those who served our country. Please remember why you get to have the long weekend. Remember that as we speak, there are men and women spending months, even years away from their families. Men and women who rose to the nation's call because they wanted to protect a nation which has given them and us so much. Do not let anything cloud your lens as to the one day that pays tribute to those soldiers, Memorial Day. Thank you for your time and for your undivided attention.